So, at the beginning of the story, we see a worker named Ron cleaning an experimental lab. He was dancing and cleaning the floor when he noticed that it was late at night and a scientist was still conducting an experiment. Seeing the scientist, Ron started making lewd advances in front of him, but the scientist was so engrossed in his work that he didn't notice Ron. Ron then went inside the lab to clean. Seeing Ron, scientist Peter told Ron not to touch anything in the lab while cleaning. After saying this, Peter went to the snack machine to get some snacks. While cleaning, Ron noticed a man on a ventilator. The man's body was very strange. All the veins in his body had turned black. As Ron was leaving, he collided with some machines, causing all the machines in the lab to beep. Hearing the beeps, Ron became extremely alarmed. He quickly started pressing the machine's buttons to reset them. However, Ron's repeated pressing of the buttons simultaneously disrupted the machine's entire system. This terrified Ron even more. He sat down on the patient to try and restore him. Ron then attempted to administer CPR. However, as he pressed his chest, the patient's stomach ruptured, and Ron's hand entered his stomach. Seeing this, Ron screamed, and the patient's eyes opened at the same time. The patient attacked Ron. This reveals to us that this patient is not a normal patient but a zombie. Here, he was trying to bite Ron. Here, Peter is still trying to get snacks out of the snake machine, because his snack packet got stuck in the machine. At that moment, we see Ron behind him, constantly trying to ask Peter for help. But Peter doesn't hear a single sound. Then the zombie kills Ron right there. Outside, Peter was sitting near the snake machine when Ron, now completely transformed into a zombie, approaches him. He bites Peter and infects him too. Well, then the scene shifts and we see a scout group consisting of Bun, Carter, and Augie. Then we also see Roger, the leader of that scout group. They all made a video about their scout group to encourage more children to join. But not a single child in the school was interested in joining because everyone finds scout groups incredibly boring these days. Furthermore, Ben and Carter joined the group to make Augie happy. Otherwise, they would have quit. Roger tells his 3 scout students that they're going camping in the woods today, which all 3 are excited about. Afterward, Ben and Carter leave for home. On the way, Carter's conversation reveals that he wants to leave because he'll be starting college next year and wants to have lots of girlfriends and have fun with them. Ben explains to Carter that today is going to be a very special night for Augie, so we can't leave scouting just yet. And yes, one more thing. Scout leader Roger is going to give Augie the highest scout award today. They were talking about this when suddenly a deer came in front of their car. It collided with their car. Ben and Carter quickly stopped the car and went to the deer, which was now dead. Then when Ben went to his car, he saw that his tire was also punctured, so he started changing it right there. Carter's sister and her friends were passing by just then. They stopped their car after seeing Carter and Bun. Bun was overjoyed to see Carter's sister. Friends, the truth is that Bun liked Carter's sister Kendall, but Kendall was dating a boy named Jeff. Just then, Carter sees Kendall and Jeff sitting with their friend Chloe, so he approaches Chloe and tries to impress her. Ben tells Kendall that they had an accident with a deer, but Kendall notices that there's no sign of a deer anywhere nearby. When Ben goes to look, he finds that there really wasn't any deer there. The deer was dead, but where did it go? Ben thinks the deer might have been injured and gone into the woods. Thinking this, he doesn't take it too seriously. Just then, Kendall and her friends leave. They were actually going to a secret party. Jeff gives Carter the address of the secret party. Then, when Ben goes to drop Carter off at his home, Carter tells Ben that his sister and his friends went to a secret party and will be going to the same party tonight. Carter was being very cautious here, so Bun agrees. Then we see Roger, who was going camping in the woods. Just then, a deer attacks Roger. This deer was the same one that hit Bun and Carter's car. Friends, this deer had actually turned into a zombie. Roger somehow manages to defend himself from the deer and kills it with his knife. Then, as Roger is leaving, the zombie-turned-scientist Peter arrives and bites Roger. Meanwhile, Bun and Carter go to a bin shop to buy a bin. Since they were both under 18, they knew the bin owner wouldn't give them one. Just then they spot a beggar. Carter gives the beggar money for the wine and tells him to bring the wine for him. In return, we'll give you something to eat, he says. The beggar takes the money and goes inside. But after entering, instead of buying the wine, he starts buying things for himself. Seeing this, Carter goes into the store with the beggar. Just then, a club dancer named Denise comes out of the store. As she leaves, some items fall from her bag. Seeing this, Ben, who was standing nearby, helps her and somehow manages to fix her bag. Denise finds Ben's behavior very agreeable. They chat for a while, and soon a friendship develops between them. Denise realizes that they were both trying to buy wine. But because they are under 18, they are unable to buy a bin. Denise helps them out by getting them one from inside. Denise then goes to a club across from the store. They both consider following Denise to her club, but they know they will be expelled from there as well because they are under 18. After this, Ben and Carter arrive at the camping area in the woods, where Ogie is already waiting for them. Ogie tells Ben and Carter that Scoutmaster Roger hasn't arrived yet, so they begin preparing for the camping trip without Roger. The three wait for Roger at night, but Roger doesn't come because Peter, who has turned into a zombie, killed him. Tired of waiting for Roger, they go to their respective campsites and go to sleep. But as soon as Ogie falls asleep, Ben and Carter leave camp to go to the secret party. On their way, Ben finds Rocher's knife, the one Rocher always carried with him. Seeing this knife, Ben becomes worried about Roger. Carter explains to Ben that Roger must be at home. Perhaps he too has lost interest in scouting. After this, the two get into their cars. But then Ogie arrives, knowing Ben and Carter were going to the party. Ogie gets angry and leaves. Ben and Carter take their car to the store and change into their clothes for the party. Carter then notices the dance club and notices that there's no bouncer there. So they decide to go to the club. They go there and sit down. After a while, a dancer comes up and starts dancing in front of them, but Bane and Carter are unaware that the dancer has turned into a zombie. As the dancer hangs upside down on the dance pole, her throat is ripped out and her blood pours down onto Bane and Carter. Just then, the bouncer, who has now become a zombie, arrives. Scared, Bane quickly hides in the bathroom, but the bouncer comes there to attack Bane as well. Just then, Denise arrives and shoots the bouncer, blowing his head off. The dancer is also attacking Carter. Carter then stabs the dancer in the head with a broken bottle. Just then, Bane and Denise also come to Carter. They quickly pick up Carter and leave the club. But even outside, a large number of zombies began approaching them. So the three quickly got into their car and began driving away. But after a short distance, Bane's car tire goes out. The zombies had now come very close to them. Denise quickly tells Bane and Carter to fix the tire and begins shooting the zombies one by one with her short gun. Bane and Carter quickly fix the tire. The three of them get back in their car. But just then, a zombie running like a dog collides with their car. The sight of it frightens them all and they quickly drive to the police station. As soon as they enter the police station, a zombie police officer approaches them with a gun. He attacks the three, but then Carter picks up an axe and kills the zombie police officer. But their troubles aren't over yet. More zombies start arriving. To escape them, Bane, Carter, and Dennis go into a locker and lock it. Meanwhile, we see Augie arrive at Roger's house. Just then, he encounters a zombie-like Roger, who is charging towards him to kill him. Augie is at a loss as to what happened to Roger, but he does know that Roger isn't normal. Augie somehow manages to escape and makes his way to Roger's storeroom. Roger, too, follows the patient into the same storeroom. Yogi then finds a spray in the storeroom, and using the spray and lighter, Augie burns Roger. At the station, Bane, Carter, and Dennis are trying to retrieve the keys to their lockup, but then they hear music from outside, which brings all the zombies out. Augie had actually played music in a car, which had drawn all the zombies to the car. Seeing the opportunity, Augie sneaks inside the police station. He sees Bane, Carter, and Dennis locked in a lockup. He uses his scouting skills to open it, but then a zombie appears. Seeing this, Bane picks up a stick and stabs it in the head, killing it instantly. Augie unlocks the lockup, and everyone quickly exits the station. They've all come out onto the road when they spot a truck. As they approach the truck, they discover a zombie inside. Seeing the zombie, Augie begins to playfully engage with it, but just then a bullet hits the zombie squarely in the head. This bullet was fired by an army officer, and upon seeing the officer, Bane and his friends get into his car. On the way, Carter tells the officer about the secret party where his sister was. They then arrive at the address. Carter discovers that the address Jeff gave him is a fake one, meaning the party is being held elsewhere. This leads to an argument between Carter and Augie. Denise, sitting in the car, sees that the officer has also been bitten by a zombie. Suddenly, the officer turns into a zombie. He attacks Denise. Denise then gets out of the car to escape. As the officer tries to get out, Denise crushes the officer's head with the car door, killing the zombie officer on the spot. Carter, however, is incredibly worried about his sister. Then he remembers that Candle keeps a diary where she writes everything down. She must have written down the location of the party. Carter tells everyone present about this, and they all go to Carter's house. They go to Candle's room and search for her diary. Just then, they hear someone downstairs. So Carter and Augie go down to check. Just then, Carter is attacked by his neighbor, Miss Fielder, who has turned into a zombie. As soon as Carter sees Miss Fielder and screams, all the zombies nearby rush to the scene. Carter and Rogie try to escape. They both slit Miss Fielder's throat through a broken window. However, by now, too many zombies have arrived, so they all quickly go to Candle's room and close the door. Bun tells everyone to jump out the window, as there was a trampoline outside the window, allowing them to escape to another house. Carter jumps onto the trampoline first, and reaches the other side of the wall. Dennis and Augie then jump onto the trampoline and reach the other side. But when it's Ban's turn to jump, he suddenly sees his diary in Candle's room, and at that very moment, zombies are about to enter Candle's room. But Ben quickly takes Candle's diary and goes to the window. He sees that a large number of zombies have now gathered on the trampoline. Just then Denise arrives and attracts them. This causes the zombies to leave the trampoline, and Ben jumps onto the trampoline and lands on the other side of the wall. They then go to Miss Fielder's house, where they encounter Miss Fielder's cats, which have also turned into zombies. To escape the cats, they all enter the garage. They then board Miss Fielder's car. Ben manages to break through the garage gate and bring the car out. Just then, Scout Leader Roger appears and stands in front of their car, but without a second thought, Bane blows Roger away with his car. All of them are now safely out of here. On the way, Denise decides to seek help from the military, so she takes a bike and sets off to get help from the military. After Denise leaves, Bane, Carter, and Augie also enter a storage room. They begin crafting various weapons from the materials they find there, as they are going to the party to rescue Kendall. We then cut to a scene from the party. Chloe enters another hall with her boyfriend. They are about to get physical when a zombie appears. It attacks Chloe's boyfriend and kills him on the spot. Chloe, however, is unaware of this because she was busy looking at her phone. Just then, the zombie attacks Chloe and kills her too. After this, we see Kendall and Jeff at the party. Kendall was worried about her brother because he hadn't arrived at the party yet. Just then, Jeff tells Kendall that he gave Carter the wrong address, so he won't be coming. Hearing this, Kendall becomes extremely angry and slaps Jeff. Just then, Chloe, transformed into a zombie, arrives. Seeing Jeff standing there, she attacks him and bites him. This terrifies Kendall. But just then, more zombies arrive at the party. They bite everyone present one by one. Fearing the zombies, Kendall climbs a ladder. Meanwhile, Bane, Carter, and Rogie arrive and begin killing each one with their own weapons. At that very moment, Carter's crush, Chloe, also appears. Carter sees that she has also become a zombie. That's why Carter has to kill Chloe even while she's dancing. On the other side, Bane encounters Jeff. Enraged by Jeff, Bane slashes him with his weapon. Then Bane's attention falls on Kendall. Seeing Kendall, Bane, Carter, and Oogie rush to save Kendall. Meanwhile, they kill all the zombies in their path, one by one. Bane quickly reaches Kendall and takes her down the stairs. Bane and his friends then evacuate Kendall and the remaining survivors from the building. After evacuating everyone, Bane closes the building's door with a rope to prevent any zombies from leaving. The three then go to a basketball court, killing the zombies. There, they insert a rod between the door handles to lock it. Going to the basketball court, they see that there's no way out. Seeing this, the three of them assume they're about to be killed by the zombies. Just then, Yogi pulls out a bomb from his bag, which he had made using store supplies. They were planning to kill themselves and the zombies in a blast. Augie tries to ignite his bomb with a lighter, but the lighter is faulty. Seeing this, the three of them panic. Just then, Yogi pulls out another lighter he had with him. Just then, Dennis arrives through a secret passage to rescue them. Pan and Carter follow Dennis's instructions and slide out of the building. But back inside the building, Augie was still trying to ignite the bomb. By this time, the zombies had broken down the door and entered the basketball court, and Augie set the bomb on fire. Augie quickly exited the building using the route Dennis had provided, killing all the zombies in the blast, and Augie was also saved. Everyone was overjoyed at the zombies' deaths. But then Scout Leader Roger arrived again. But before he could do anything to the people, a bomb landed near him, blowing him to pieces. Actually, the bomb was thrown by the army. Dennis had called these army men here. The army men then rescued them and took them to the area where the survivors were staying. Here, when Ben sees Kendall, he wastes no time going straight to her and kissing her. Finally, Ben has gotten Kendall's attention. And with that happy ending, friends, the movie ends. So, let us know how you liked it in the comments below. And please subscribe my channel, so I'll meet you in a new interesting video.